Today we're going to be talking about 8 simple ways that you can grow your YouTube channel as a musician. 8 simple tips. Don't mind my more professional attire today. I'm going to go. I run a business podcast, and I'm about to go film after that. After this that podcast, but I've made quite a few YouTube videos as a musician, and I want to share some tips that I think have been really helpful to me. And honestly, I think that we could do like a pros and cons tip in another video, like things to look out for. Actually, I think would be a great idea. But I think these are 8 tips on how to grow your channel as a musician. First tip is absolutely, like, typically these videos are like a non-important order, in the sense of like they're all kind of very important, but this is hands down the most important point of this video. And if you get anything out of this, remember this: that consistency is key. I think that, I've been doing YouTube, I've been making YouTube videos for a long time, but the key to growing a channel is just consistently posting. Whether you're getting 3 views, 30 views, or 3 million views, if you stop posting, that consistency dies and people forget about you and they find somebody else, and people only have so much time to watch their entertainment, right? So if they have, for example, an hour a day, they're going to find somebody to fill that hour. And if you stop posting, then that hour is going to be filled with somebody else. And people are super habitual. They get into a new habit. You were their habit of every day watching their video. Now you stop, which makes them sad. They want to still fill that hour. They find somebody else. Now you start posting again. Now you have to compete with that other person that they started their habit with. And I'm speaking to myself here, so I got to get back to posting more often. But having consistent, it doesn't have to be every day. There's a lot of channels to do Mondays and Fridays, once a month, once a week. Just having a consistent upload schedule and sticking with it over time. Just like anything, just like going to the gym, just like practicing anything. I'm a big hunter. Practicing your bow. You might not be great today, but you do it for 100 days in a row, you get significantly better. And just continually posting will make a huge difference. You learn what works, what doesn't work, when to post, why not to post, this, that, how thumbnails were, all these things, just by posting one day. And Mr. Beast says this one thing that, and he's obviously one of the biggest YouTubers, if not the biggest, is just every video just try to be 1% better. You're not trying to make the best video on YouTube, just 1% better in the next video. And that's the most important one. Consistently posting, but consistently trying to get better. The next one is a minor detail, but definitely still important, is essentially make your channel look professional. Like, this is your professional platform. If you want to be a professional musician, you have to, and you want to be treated like a professional musician, make it look like, one thing I tried very hard is to, I would look at these famous musicians, sorry, did I say Instagram? I don't even know if I said, I don't know what I was saying right there, but I would look at these famous musicians' YouTubes, and I would try to mimic. Okay, what do they have this kind of profile picture here? Maybe not copy them, but how can I make mine look like I'm a famous musician? Not faking it till you make it, but wearing the attire to the wedding, right? You don't want to show up in a wedding in jeans and a t-shirt. I guess depending on where you are in the country, but you don't do that here in New York. You dress like you dress for the opportunity you want, right? And if you want to be treated like a professional musician, act like one. So get the channel branding, get the photos, make sure you have the photos, and but then optimizing your channel as well, making sure that the titles make sense and the thumbnails are clean and look good and are catching. And these are, again, not huge details. They're not going to affect your song, but they will affect whether or not people click on the video, and that makes a huge difference. That being said, to tie in Distrokid really quick, which is how I release my music. So the analytics are really important, and I would highly recommend whoever you release your music through. Again, I use Distrokid, so I'm going to just talk about Distrokid really quickly here. Is look at who's listening to your music, and then you can kind of, to some degree, cater your YouTube presence to that. In the sense of, I'm not saying change who you are, but if you notice that your demographic swings a little younger or a little more older, maybe you cater your thumbnails to be, or your titles to be, a little bit more in that. Do you have more of a professional listener base? Maybe you make your titles a little bit more professional. Do you have a more younger base? Maybe you make them a little more whimsical. I'm not saying you change who you are, but you cater a little bit to the market, right? Third one is engaging with the audience. This is huge. You have to do this within parameters, because it can really affect your mental health with the comments. But I highly recommend reading and responding to comments. You build relationships with, you see that certain people will respond to every single video and respond to comments, and you can really genuinely create genuine connections to people through these comments. It is such a huge way, an underutilized way. So many people are like, I'm not responding to comments. I don't even. But you have to do it with a grain of salt, because it can really affect your mental health if you get a lot of bad comments. And trying to take those with a grain of salt. Not fighting back. You can fight back with them, but it's not worth it. Just say, I'm sorry you didn't enjoy the video, and I hope that if you find something else that you like, just be kind about it. The next one is YouTube Shorts. YouTube Shorts are huge, and a huge opportunity to blow up on and I say blow up, whether it be 4,000 views or 40,000 or 4 million. Like it's viral for you. If you're getting 4 videos and you're all of a sudden now getting if you're getting 4 views per video and you're now all of a sudden getting 4,000, that's a great jump, and you should be really happy about that. Yeah, it's not 4 million, but it's still 4,000. It's still 3,996 more than you had before. So be grateful for that growth, right? And I'm speaking to myself too. But posting consistently on Shorts makes a huge difference, whether it be organic videos for that Shorts, where it's specifically filmed for Shorts, or whether it's you chopping up some of these long form content and turning them into Shorts, or a combination of both, which is key. I think that's the answer. Definitely, whether it be singing or talking about your music or behind the scenes, just making sure you're making content for Shorts. And honestly, I think maybe that should be a video on its own. I'm going to actually write that down as we speak, because I think that that's a great idea. Shorts on YouTube video. Okay. Number 5 is collaborating with other YouTubers. I did this and I loved doing this. I did videos with Danielle Marie Sings. I took this even to the next level, because I collaborated with a lot with what I was doing with like Brad Steele and King Family and a lot of these people. But then I took it even to the next level and collaborated by doing some sort of like interview style collaboration. So now we're tying both of our names together with these interview podcasts. You can take it that way. But whether it be songwriting or challenges or covers, or like just collaborating with other channels. A key here is collaborating with channels that are at your size level, maybe a little above, maybe a little below. It's unlikely you're going to get really it's very likely that you would get very discouraged by trying to reach out to these. If you have 100 subscribers and you're reaching out to somebody that has 100,000 subscribers, there's not a ton of value that you can offer that 100,000 channel. But if you have 100 subscribers and you offer somebody that has another 100 subscribers or 200 or 50, play at your level and maybe try to slowly start to level up. Even me, with a channel having 150,000 subscribers, the likelihood of me getting a collaboration or landing a collaboration with somebody that has 15 million subscribers, I can't really offer them anything. Like, what's the point of them doing the video with me other than just being a nice person, which is fine. But like, we only have so much time in our day, so like, there's no value really in them collaborating with me. So keep that in mind. Number 6 is monetizing your channel. If you can, when you hit those benchmarks of monetization on YouTube, this is really cool because it frees up a little more. You can make more money through your channel. This is so funny because I didn't monetize my channel for a long time. Like, I had the ability and the access to, and I said I don't want people to watch ads on my video, so I would not turn them on. But little did I know that YouTube was already still running ads on my video anyway, so I was losing out on money, which is ridiculous. So as soon as you can, turn on monetization. And even potentially super chats and memberships and stuff like that, or merchandise, because people want to support you. So, and utilize the fact that YouTube's already making money off of your videos, so you should make some money too. But that being said, use that money that you're now making and funnel it back into your music career, whether it be studio time, whatever the case may be. Just using that money to, or the YouTube, maybe buy a new camera, right? Maybe instead of shoes, you buy a camera, right? The next one would be to how do I say this? What's the word I want to use? Like, nicely, I guess, do cross promotion through other social media channels. What I mean by that is like talking about, there are people that do it really well and there are people that do it really poorly. But there are people that I knew that had 100,000 subscribers on YouTube and had like 500 followers on Instagram. And then there are people that I knew that had 30,000 subscribers on YouTube and had 25,000 followers on Instagram. And it's trying to cross-link the two in a very, I guess the word I was looking for is tasteful, in a very tasteful way, can be huge. How do you get people that are on your YouTube on your Instagram? How do people get on your Instagram on your YouTube? You're trying to grow those organically. The last one I'll talk about is analytics. And I just made a video on analytics in general for music industry. But learning who your YouTube viewers are, how long of the video are they watching? Are your videos too long? Could they be longer? Are there boring parts of your videos? For example, looking back, like I used to do these huge intros, like 1 or 2 minute long intros in my videos where like talking about my music, talking about like all these other things, and people weren't watching them. So what did I do? I cut them out and people started watching more of the video. They would literally just skip that part of the video. So like, what's the point? It's hurting my analytics. It's hurting my viewership. Just skip that. I just deleted them. So that being said, like how can you utilize analytics to increase your channel? I hope that makes sense. I hope you find that interesting. Again, if you're using, for example, Distrokid or a different distributor, you check out the analytics side of it. If you have not signed up for anybody to release your music, obviously you want to release music so you can promote it here on YouTube. This is kind of what we're talking about, growing a channel. But if you want to release music, there's a link down below where you could save some money on your first year's subscription through Distrokid, which is a music distribution platform. That's how I release my music. You get access to releasing unlimited music, as many songs as you want, and you keep 100% of the royalties for one fee a year. I highly recommend them. There's a link down below. I'll see you in the next video. God bless and peace out.